Let me ask Charu Sharma first. Charu, what's going on? I mean, you know, when you woke up to this news this morning, did it really come as a big shock to you? I mean, the IPL has been hit by this scandal before. You've just had the Pakistani cricketers in jail in England on spot fixing charges. Why doesn't this problem go away despite the fact that, you know, it's happened before and action has also been taken?
You know, human greed, Nidhi, is not shocking. I mean, why should only be the cricketers succumbing to it? Everybody does in every field. So it wasn't shocking in the acceptance of greed. It was shocking in its stupidity. I mean, people have been caught recently, and you know that you know, you're not likely to get away with it. What goes around comes around, and there are phone calls all over the place. I know they may have felt that, you know, nobody's tapping their phones, but it's just so risky. Why would you want to do it? There's so much money anyway. Particularly in Srishant's case, you felt that he'd earned enough for a few generations. Why would he be swayed by a few lakhs here and the other? So yeah, I mean, the stupidity of it was shocking, and of course sadness. And sadness because now, you know, what happens typically is that the cricket fraternity, that the fan fraternity, those who love the game, will go around extrapolating wildly that these cricketers are guilty, everybody else is guilty, the IPL is guilty, cricket is guilty, the world is guilty, and all matches are fixed, and all this sort of rubbish goes on, which is just not good for the game. Why? Because of 3 or 4 or 5, we don't know now, 3 people who are unethical and who just were stupid enough to go in for such a deal.
Okay, let me get first comments from everyone on this. Kirti Azad, how does this even happen? A lot of people are just trying to understand how it's possible to do this kind of spot fixing. Is it rampant in the game? Is this something that's the worst kept or secret as far as those connected to the game are concerned?
You're asking somebody who doesn't know about spot fixing, how it happens. I suppose we know what is the method of spot fixing, but I can give you 2 examples. One example was when 5 boys from the IPL were caught last year, and there was an investigation done by the in-house vigilance led by Mr. Savani from the BCCI. I think that was the first mistake that was committed. If you remember, a couple of years ago in London, there was a boy caught on camera trying to explain how he spot fixed people, and Pakistani cricketers were involved in that. No association came in between. The police went in straight away, caught them for cheating and conspiracy, took them to the police station. FIRs, first information reports were filed, and then those people charge sheeted, taken to court. Punishments were meted to them. They went into jail and were banned. I mean, this is exactly what the BCCI should do. I'm not against any form of the game, but I always feel there should be accountability, responsibility, and transparency in whatever is happening. And had those 5 boys at the very first hand, I remember that they were banned for 1 year. Now I think they're eligible to play again. But there was another point that they had spoken on that sting, and that was the underhand money, which was money laundering, which was black money. So that was something never came into light. And now we have a boy who committed suicide about 5 days ago in Mumbai because he couldn't pay back the debt, the fixing that he had, and that was about it. So now I feel that a time has come. There are about 14 bookies who've been caught. These players are basically lured by money, sell their souls for it, and the game that has given them so much. Now there is an opportunity. There is an opportunity for them to now catch these bookies. And I know one of them frequents, because I know about Delhi, there is one of them who frequently visits DDCA and knows the people there. I'm very much aware of it, and there's one of them who's there. So these people now, political interference should get away from here. You've got this network,
but
you can't have 40,000 crore business
you're saying this
kind of money without the underworld, the hawala money, the drug money, mafia money, what kind of money is coming in?
But you're saying this is an opportunity to clean up the game now. Atul Vasan, the point is you've had an opportunity to do it since the whole Hansi Cronje thing exploded on us more than 10 years ago. Why has this not been a deterrent? Why is this still rampant in the game? Is it just simple greed, as Charu says, or is it more?
No, it is greed. I mean, how much money is enough? Even the richest guy in the world wants to get more rich, you know. Well, forget about that part. I think what happened in '99 when Azhar and Ajay Jadeja and Hansi Cronje thing blew in our faces, the police made a hash of it. The CBI were, you know, they stalled and they did not take it to the logical conclusion. Hence the grey areas were created, and they were like slap on the wrist for some, life bans for some, and eventually the courts took over and everything got messed up. We didn't know what eventually happened. Was there match fixing or were these guys clean? We still don't know, because court doesn't know what CBI had. CBI says they had everything. Now the police learned the lesson, so they got the hint of it. I also got to know certain bits of it. I knew something was on, and there are other people involved. You'll still we'll wait to find out who all were involved in other teams also, because spot fixing, you cannot police 250 cricketers 24/7. Anyway, the police,
One
when they
second,
got
that's
to
an
know,
interesting
then
point you make.
So,
Atul, I'm interrupting
yeah.
you because the police insist that there's no other player that's on the radar right now. They don't have evidence. But are you saying that
Well,
from what
you know,
it could actually be other players too from other teams?
yeah, see, there are certain things going on, and you keep on hearing this, but unless something substantial comes in like this, so police did the homework. They have stitched it up so nicely that when they were sure that they had it, because to corroborate what they had, the taped in confirmation, what goes on, recordings and everything. So when they put their case up, you can't just go and arrest somebody. So I think they have learned from what happened in '99, and now they have got this legislation behind them where they can book them under certain charges.